This first gentleman's going to discuss something that's been frustrating to me for a long time. Why a lot of white women piss all over minorities and piss all over other women who are trying to get ahead but have no problem supporting and voting for somebody who would just as soon rape them than look at them.
Why conservative women vote against their own interests. There's a scientific reason for that, and you're not going to like the answer. Professors at High Point University studied 4,271 Americans to find out exactly why women vote for Trump. And what they found was a little disturbing. There are 47 million white women in America without a college degree. Over 60% of those women voted for Trump. And here's why. First reason is they believed people of color didn't deserve what they have. They believed any inequality people of color faced is their own fault and that they're just lazy. That belief made them 4 times more likely to vote for Trump. The second main reason they voted for Trump, they felt threatened by other women succeeding. Their own lives weren't going anywhere. So when another woman got ahead, it didn't inspire them. It made them feel worse about themselves. And the easiest way to feel better was to make sure that other women failed. That belief made them 54% more likely to vote for Trump.
That's pretty typical, though. A lot of white, especially a lot of white Southern women, uneducated white Southern women, in fact, most white Southern uneducated women have a habit of pissing all over the women's lib movement and any kind of thing that made it possible for their daughters to, even with a master's degree, do anything besides scrub floors. Maybe if they were very extremely lucky, get a job typing, but that would be it. This gentleman coming up here is awesome.
I have no doubt in my mind that the map's gonna pass. If y'all can give us less than 0 seats, you would do it. Y'all do this under the orders of somebody that said the Civil Rights Act was harmful to white people, that it caused reverse racism. RFK said that black children are overfilled on antidepressants and that they need to be reparented on different forms, all of them. Pete Hegseth constantly brings Doug Wilson to the Pentagon to give a prayer service. Doug Wilson is the same pastor that said that slave owners were on strong spiritual ground. I don't have no belief in no morality on anybody that followed Donald Trump. If you wasn't with this map, you wouldn't be underneath this president. You wouldn't be in your party. You would stand up, you would stand against it, you would speak out about it. So as far as I'm concerned, if you here as one of these Trump Republicans, you already showed us who you are. You showed us what you want to do.
Your hat says Trump was wrong about everything. It should say you are wrong about everything.
That's adorable.
All right. The board is clear. The board is clear.
Burned. Pam Bondi wrote that for you?
Well, more than likely she did, and it really doesn't matter whether she did or not. Those kind of mentalities are both from that same, process of thought. The ignorant, never had to see what other people go through white person that thinks that their experience is the only one relevant, when really those kind of people, their experiences are not relevant because they're so closed-minded. Nothing that they've ever been through could ever be given any validity to. And the only reason that is because they're not capable of giving any validity back to anybody else. I mean, they were already born with one advantage over everybody else in America. I mean, they were white, and probably with that kind of mentality to a, faith-based home, that kind of bullshit, Christian-based home, I don't care, thinks black people are lazy, says the white woman with 25 kids outside the trailer, or the white dude guzzling beer all day long. Just like this asshole here, coming up here, this guy, well, we'll see him come by the screen again. Well, everything you said was wrong. No, everything he said was right. Every motherfucking thing that this guy said is 100% fact. It'd be like me saying 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, 4 + 4 is 8. You're wrong. Everything you've said is wrong. Motherfucker, everything he said was more right than any parent's. It was more right and dead on true than any parent's love for their kid even. That's how fucking true it was, what that black guy was saying right there. Everything he said was true. It's not even disputable. That's a fact. I mean, you can never tell what's in somebody's mind. That's why I say the child thing, or make that comparison. You can't tell what's in somebody's mind, but that guy said 100% facts. And that's how kind of Republicans and conservative people get like that, white people get when they're backed into a corner or feel hurt. They don't even have a good burn to come back with. They come back with stupid shit like they're a little kid in a sandbox. But that's their mentality.